For outdoor athletes, the sun is both a source of power and peril. It lights the field, fuels early runs, and creates the kind of Instagram-worthy glow that screams fit and free. But alongside the performance highs come some very real UV-related risks, ones that don't vanish just because you're sweating. In fact, all that sweat might be working against you when it comes to sun safety. The science behind UV exposure, hydration, and vitamin D for athletes is surprisingly nuanced, and knowing how to play it smart can mean the difference between optimal health and a long-term skin regret. Let's start with timing. Midday sun between about 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. delivers the highest dose of UVB radiation, which, while great for vitamin D production, is also the time you're most likely to get burned. For athletes, this presents a conundrum. Train during peak hours and you're maximizing sunlight, but also maximizing skin damage. Early morning or late afternoon training sessions are generally safer for the skin, with gentler UV levels, less heat stress, and often better performance conditions. But if training during peak hours is unavoidable, as is often the case with matches, meets, and long-distance events, sun protection becomes non-negotiable. Sunscreen, of course, is a cornerstone of sun-safe behavior, but athletes need to think about it a bit differently. That layer of SPF 50 you applied at 8 a.m.? It's likely halfway down your shirt by 10, especially if you're running, cycling, or playing sports that generate a lot of sweat. Water and friction degrades sunscreen faster than most people realize, and very few products live up to their water-resistant label under high-intensity conditions. The science says reapply every 2 hours at minimum, and even more frequently if you're dripping sweat or towel-drying your face. Stick sunscreens and mineral-based formulas tend to hold up better during intense activity, and don't overlook areas like ears, back of the neck, and scalp, common burn zones even among the most sunscreen-savvy athletes. Then there's clothing. Lightweight, UV protective fabrics have quietly become a performance essential for many endurance athletes, offering consistent sun coverage without the need to reapply anything. Long sleeves in summer may sound like a cruel joke, but high-tech fabrics are now breathable enough to wear in heat and still provide serious UV defense. Sunglasses and hats with brims also earn MVP status when it comes to protecting eyes and facial skin, areas prone to aging and melanoma. Hydration adds another layer to this picture. Dehydration doesn't directly make you more sun-sensitive, but it does impair thermoregulation and recovery, which means the sun's effects can hit harder and linger longer. Hot weather, long training sessions, and high UV index days form a kind of perfect storm for electrolyte loss and heat-related fatigue. Athletes should double down on water, yes, but also on minerals, sodium, potassium, magnesium, that help retain fluid and support muscular and neurological function under solar duress. And what about vitamin D? Here's where things get interesting. Athletes have slightly different needs due to higher rates of tissue turnover, inflammation, and bone remodeling. While you'd think all that outdoor time would make deficiency rare, studies actually show a surprising number of athletes, especially in winter sports or indoor-heavy regimens, fall short of optimal levels.
Why?
Timing, sunscreen, geographic latitude, and even skin tone play a role. An athlete training at dawn or dusk in Canada is not going to get the same vitamin D as someone running shirtless at noon in Spain. In such cases, blood testing and individualized supplementation may be the smartest way to close the gap. Ultimately, athletes who train smart in the sun aren't just protecting their skin, they're preserving their performance. Sunburn doesn't just hurt. It raises core body temperature, impairs sweat function, and even decreases endurance temporarily. It's nature's way of telling you that your cells are in distress. So whether you're chasing medals or personal bests, chasing them under the right light, literally, can keep you going stronger, longer, and safer. After all, the sun may be the original performance enhancer, but only if you learn how to play its game wisely.